Hello, it's Sonia here, The Pretty Stitch. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, I'm so happy to have you here. So today is Tuesday, and that means it's Tunisian Tuesday. So today we're going to be making a lace type stitch. It's like an open work stitch. I think it would be really nice in shawls, or if you wanted to have like a lightweight scarf or a blanket, or even in a garment. I think it would be a really nice stitch. I don't know what it's called. It's a lace type stitch is what we're calling it. So I've already gotten started with my chain, and my hook I'm using is an end hook or 9mm hook. And this yarn is just some number 4 worsted weight yarn. So I wanted to use a really large hook because it is a lacier type stitch. I really wanted the stitch to kind of be open. So what you're going to want to do is work a chain in even numbers. So I have chained 12 here. So let's get started with row 1 here. So this is going to be our setup row. So we're going to work in the back bump of the chain in the second chain from our hook, and we're going to insert our hook and pull up a loop. And I just want to apologize the state of my hands. I've been gardening like crazy and they just look a little bit rough right now. It's that time of year, gardening. But I'm going to pull up loops here. And if you've never done Tunisian crochet, I have a whole playlist that goes over the basics, so I can post that in the description box for you. So I'll post a link in the description box of the playlist if you want to check that out. Okay, so I have pulled up my 12 loops, and now we're going to work these off. So with Tunisian crochet, each row is worked in 2 parts. So the first half is your forward pass. It means you're putting the stitches on your hook, and then the second half is the return pass, and that means you're taking the stitches off, and then you've completed 1 row. All right, so let's work these guys off. We're going to yarn over, pull through 1 loop, and yarn over, pull through 2. And hopefully you can't hear all the ruckus going on. My son is making food, and I'm upstairs and he's downstairs, but man, he's making a lot of noise. I'm kind of scared. I don't know what's going on down there. Hopefully it's okay. We're just gonna stay up here and do this. Okay, so there is row 1. So let's begin row 2. Row 2 is going to be part of the repeat. This is a 2-row repeat. So to get started, we are going to do a yarn over, and we're going to work a Tunisian simple stitch, but it's going to be a Tunisian decrease or together stitch. So we're going to insert our hook in these first 2 vertical bars and in Tunisian simple. But we have to do a yarn over first, so we're just inserting the hook in those bars. We're going to yarn over, pull through both of those loops, and then we're going to chain 1. And we're going to do that again, so we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the next 2 vertical bars in Tunisian simple. This is a Tunisian simple stitch. And we're going to pull through, and we'll chain 1. And we're just repeating that across. Okay, so now we just have 1 stitch to go. So it looks like a chain here at the end. We're going to insert our hook in that chain and pull up a loop. So now we have worked the first half of row 1, and we should still have 12 loops on our hook. That's why we did the yarn overs, because we were working the 2 stitches together, and then that would decrease a stitch, and we don't want to do that. So let's work these stitches off. We're going to work them off just like we did for row 1. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2 for the rest of the row. So now you can see how it's starting to open up and look a little bit more lacy there. And especially using the larger hook and slightly thinner yarn. This is number 4 yarn, but it is like thinner yarn because our hook is so large. All right, so let's work row 3. And row 3, we are going to work a Tunisian simple in that first stitch. So right in that first bar, pull up our loop, and now we're going to chain 1. Now we're going to yarn over, and we're going to work a Tunisian decrease or together stitch in the next 2 bars, but we're doing simple stitch, so inserting our hook in those next 2 bars, yarn over, pull through both of those guys, and then we're going to chain 1. And we'll repeat that across, so yarn over in the next 2 bars. So here's 1 bar. The other one's kind of slanted, like you can kind of see it's on its side a little bit, but there it's there, so it's not quite completely vertical. It's falling over. So Tunisian simple and chaining 1. And going into the last, we have 3, or actually 4 stitches left. So working that stitch, chaining 1. So we have 2 stitches left. So in this second to last vertical bar, we're going to work Tunisian simple, and we'll chain 1, and then we work that last stitch in the chain. So insert your hook right through that chain, pull up your loop. And then we work these loops off just like we did for row 2. So we are going to yarn over, pull through 1, and then yarn over, pull through 2 for the rest of the row. Okay, and there we go. There's row 3. So now you can really see the openness of the stitch pattern is what I was going for. And if you're having trouble counting your rows, it's very simple. You just turn it on its side and you can easily see 1, 2, and 3. So what you want to do is you just want to repeat rows 2 and 3 for however long you want your swatch. So we yarn over, so this is row 2, and we insert our hook in the next 2 bars, pull up our loop, and chain 1, and do that all the way across. And then I will, my next row, row 5, I'll just repeat row 3. So I'm going to go work a couple more rows so we can really see this stitch, and I will meet you back. Okay, so here we go. I ended up working 11 rows, so you can see it's a really nice open lacy stitch. So you might be wondering how you can finish this off, how you bind this off. I would just bind it off in regular Tunisian simple. So insert your hook in that first bar and then work the bind off stitch, which is basically a slip stitch in regular crochet. And again, as always, when you're binding off, you just want to watch your tension. It can get real easy to bind off very tightly, and you don't want to do that. So just a nice relaxed hand when you're binding off. And the nice thing with this stitch pattern is it's not a curler. A lot of Tunisian stitches tend to curl unless you're doing Tunisian purl stitches, which we are not. But this one is not curling, which is very nice. And then right in that last stitch, just working in that chain. And there we go. So now you can see, and I think it's a fun stitch. It works up very quickly, and it's a little bit of a taller stitch. But I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.